And every stretch of land, every path was covered with the footprints of Krishna. But as he toured Braj, he also noticed that the pastime places which he knew of had become overgrown by trees, by shrubs. And he could not find some of the places about which he had read in the Bhagavatam. In deep reflection, Narada Muni at that time sat down, meditated about Radha and Krishna. We will hear tomorrow when Narada Muni chants Hare Krishna, meditates about Krishna. Krishna immediately appears in the mirror of his heart. He can see him. And greatly pleased with Narada devotion, Krishna came to him and addressed him. You have now seen all of my Braj. You have seen Mathura and my Vrindavan. You have seen Yamuna, the best of rivers. You have seen the Govardhan mountain, the best of mountains. You have seen that all the hills are marked with my footprints. There is no place of pilgrimage on earth which is higher than Braj. Braj is the highest form of my own body. And it steals the mind of any devotee who comes there. I live there eternally. And in fact, I never take a step out of Vrindavan. However, Braj is no longer visible to the conditioned souls because the wheel of time has moved on. But because you are my dearest devotees, I have shown you this Braj. What do you wish to do? Narada Muni, you must see that we will also hear about tomorrow. He has only one interest. He has the interest of the conditioned souls in his mind. He requested Krishna to make the holy places of Braj again visible. He could see that these places are visible in the hearts of the great devotees, but he wanted to make a pilgrimage route for the ordinary people like you and me, that they could come and see these places where Krishna himself has played. Krishna answered, because you have requested me, I will make an arrangement to reveal the land of Braj and its many pastimes. And you will be part of this arrangement. You, Narada Muni, will appear in another time, at another place, as Narayan Bhatta. And you will become the great Acharya of Braj, who discloses where my pastimes took place. Thus, in the year 1531, Narada Muni incarnated as Narayan Bhatta in South India. In his youth, he studied Vedic philosophy and important Vaishnava scriptures under his uncle Shankar. And his father told him how to act as a Vaishnava. Now one day, Narada Muni was just 12 years of age. But for him, no problem, he's fully there in all ages. He sat down at the river of Godavari. He was Narayan Bhatta, and he meditated upon Radha and Krishna according to the scriptures which he was taught in. And as he meditated, the divine couple appeared in his heart as if they were called by him. And Krishna said to him, I will remind you now of something. O Narayan Bhatta, you are really Narada Muni. In the past, you had come to my holy land, Vrindavan. You had lamented because everything had deteriorated and could not be seen. And I told you you would be born as in South India and come. How, said the young boy, but I'm just a young boy. How will I get to Braj? And how will I see the places? And Krishna said, here, with his own hands, he gave him a little deity of himself. I will be with you and I will show you everything. And then Radha Krishna disappeared. Narayan Bhatt went home with this deity, and as he was going home, the deity started to talk to him. Not this direction, the other direction. Yes, I'm serious, said Krishna, jumped from his hand and started to run around. Let's go to Vrindavan. I waited for this moment. And Narayan Bhatt immediately went with the Lord to 800 miles north of his own place of birth. Whenever they would travel and come to a forest where no one was there, Krishna would jump out of his hand and run around, pick fruits and be joyful and laugh, and they had a wonderful time talking to each other, running through the forest. Krishna is a very useful temperament, and Narayan Bhatt was only 12 years. Good company. But the moment someone was there, an outsider, a traveler, someone on the road, Krishna became a small stone deity. And the moment the stranger was gone, he jumped back to life. Moving in this manner, they arrived at Radhakund, where they came to the Madan Mohan temple, which was established by Sanatana Goswami. Who has visited that temple of you? When Narayan Bhatt came to this temple, the doors were closed. But Krishna had just told him, I will receive you. Now the doors were closed. So Narayan Bhatt sat down at the temple, meditated. All of a sudden, the doors of the temple burst open. He said, finally you have come, said Krishna. Now let's get to work. You first need to take initiation in the Vaishnava line of those who live here in Braj. Go to Krishna Das, the disciple of Sanatana Goswami, and ask him for initiation. And then I will show you all the Leela stars. And this is how Narada Muni, after doing so much austerity, visited Vrindavan, how he was given a short glimpse into the eternal Vrindavan, and how he got a mission to establish a Boma Vrindavan here in this world. Narayan Bhatt went to many forests and identified them. Here, Krishna stands under this tree and he plays his flute. It's called the Manksivata tree. Here is Manasi Ganga. Here is Govindakund. Here is all the other holy places, important lakes, Bhima Kund. Everything is established by Narayan Bhatt. Very wonderful Goswami who came after the 6 Goswamis. There's a wonderful story which I want to end. Once Narayan Bhatt went on top of Vashanar. He had climbed the hill, and when he was on top of the hill, he all of a sudden received a darshan of Srimati Radharani. Radharani was so surrounded by a wonderful, blissful atmosphere, and looked full of mercy on Narayan Bhatt. Narayan Bhatt could almost not tolerate the darshan. He fell down and he cried, rolling in the dust, calling out, Vrishabhanu Nandini Radhe Radhe, Vrishabhanu Nandini Radhe Radhe Radhe. He was calling like this. And then Radharani said, in northern German you would say, Töfmann, Töfmann, please pacify yourself, become pacified. Become pacified. Now you come please in the night at 12 o'clock here, and you will find me and install me. Narayan Bhatt took a long time. He went down. He didn't know how to spend the time, and when it was evening, he climbed back on the hill. He waited, and under one tree, he could then see the shining deity of Radhi, of Srimati Radharani as a young girl who's now worshipped in the Vashana temple. I think some of you have seen it, no? This deity was excavated. It was found in the earth on the direction of Srimati Radharani herself. This is Narayana Muni in Braj. The great Acharya takes on the form of Narayan Bhatt. I would like to now do something which great devotees have done since a long, long time. They have walked through Vrindavan and they have roamed through the forest. Please turn in this direction. I will need a musical accompaniment of Kartals and the Ganga. Goodbye. Jai Krishna. Please come here. This walking through the forest of Vrindavan is a very, very nice practice to become purified in Krishna consciousness. I also request that you take the lights out. Krishna Ananta is here. Have you come? And are there characters there? Thank you very much for singing Narada Muni Odiyashri. I was thinking to sing this, but I couldn't really organize it, but then it was organized for all of you. See, these great personalities have so many layers of their personality. They teach us always a lesson. I think Narada Muni revealing the places in Vrindavan is really I'm very indebted to him because I like to personally walk through the forest of Vrindavan. It's a practice which is called by Narottam Das Thakur roaming through Vrindavan, and it is something very dear to all the Vaishnavas. So I will start now. When will we give up all material sense gratification and accept only a water pot, loincloth, and torn garments? When will we see Giriraj Govardhan? When will we go and develop attachment for Krishna and go to live in the Nikunja groves of Braj? every leaf of the trees of Vrindavan chants Jai Sri Radhe. And when will I take bath in the Yamuna in loving ecstasy and wander about Vrindavan with my hands raised, crying out the names of Radha and Krishna. Radha Krishna!
Radha Krishna!
These are hopes and dreams of the devotees of Krishna. I think when you begin to feel attachment to someone, you want to visit him in his home place. No? You want to see how is it. So devotees like to visit Vrindavan, where Krishna is present. And the male and female parents sing of the loving pastimes of Radha and Krishna while sitting in the Madhava Kunj. I would sit under the trees the whole day, listening to them, and my burning heart will find relief. This year Gaurahari took us to one of these kunjs in Mansarovar, and there were parrots who went into the trees and sang the names of Radha Madhava. When will I see my lords Govinda Gopinath and Shrimati Radhika as they happily sit together on a jeweled throne?